Hello, hello. Can everybody hear me okay? Hello, hello. Can everybody hear me okay? Well, this is it, the hard knock state. We're here with the steps to the sale. And today we are covering the sales greeting. How's everybody doing? Hey, go ahead and comment in the chat section. If you got a company or a YouTube channel or anything you want to plug, I just ask that you be respectful and non-judgmental of others. And it's good to be here with everybody. I'm a little bit nervous, being this is the first stream, and I'm always wanted to look at the screen instead of the camera. I just got to remember that. But I did include some slides here today, and let me see if I could do this. Well, let's see here. Can you guys see that okay? This or is it a little small here? I mean, there we go. So the steps to the sale. So this is a really important thing. And I think it's an area that's been failing quite a bit in the sales industry. The steps to the sale is it's the root system. It's our foundation. Why did the redwood tree stay up over the test of time? It's because they have a mighty root system that spreads across acres and acres. And we need to formulate this into our sales greeting. The sales greeting is just, it's so important from the beginning, from the moment a customer either enters into your store, calls your store, walks into your facility, whether it's your car dealership or wherever your sales organization is. You, from the minute you see them, you need to maintain eye contact and don't pass judgment. Your body language is everything when it comes to this. And let me see if I can get to the next slide here. So in the greeting, number one, the client or the potential buyer forms an opinion of who they're engaging with in less than 5 seconds. Okay, career expert says it takes just 3 seconds for someone to determine whether they like you and want to do business with you. And it only takes 3 seconds for someone to decide if they're attached to you. And that's from the research of the University of Pennsylvania from a study in 2020. I bring that up just to stress the point of how important it is when you engage with a customer that you're on point and it's go time. It's remember in sales or whatever we do in life, it's a nothing but a big stage. And when we're ready and we're engaging with customers, it's go time. The curtain is open. So the body language before verbal language, and so this is key, right? When you're greeting a customer, you're standing out on point, or you're standing in the entrance of your store. Your body language is key. If you're hunkered over, looking at your cell phone, looking at your shoes, sitting down, if you're not on point for that customer to walk in, immediately remember that customer is going to form an opinion of you within the first 5 seconds. So you want to make sure your shoulders are up, your chin is up, you're ready to engage. There's I heard a saying on Jordan Belfort's book, The Wolf of Wall Street. He talks a lot about body language, tonality on the phone, and how you present yourself. And he said, if you were present yourself with a man, don't square off shoulder to shoulder with a man. Stand kind of to the side. And if you're a woman, you do want to square off shoulder to shoulder. But your hands are also very important. And so when you're engaging with a woman, you want to make sure your hands are above your waist level and where they're visible. And that's a huge thing with trust. A quick tip on how to appear confident. I got this from my life coach, Paul at Life Coach Training Institute. He had the perfect, probably the best thing I could say about how to appear more confident to the other. How do you appear more confident? You act more confident. And how do you do that? You appear bigger. You make yourself bigger. Put your chest up, hold your shoulders back, raise your head up, put your chin up. Just doing that alone will give the appearance to your customer that you're a confident person and you're an expert in your field. If you're selling over the phone, body language is equally important, if not as more important, because the customer, they can see you with their mind's eye. They're forming a vision of what you look like, and they can hear the tone in your voice. So if you're happy and enthusiastic, of course, they're gonna picture that. They're gonna picture a professional sales associate on the other side smiling, somebody who's agreeable and easy to get along with. So smile always and smile big and try to carry on your conversation as if you're smiling. And when you get really good at this, you can negotiate while you're smiling. And when you're doing that, it sets the party you're working with at ease. Remember, sales is a relationship, and we're not here to sell somebody something that they don't want. We are here to satisfy a need and solve a problem for that customer. But people get funny when it comes to negotiating and around the money. And so we want to put everybody at ease. We want to make it like it's no big deal, like it's just an exchange between relatives. And and you're not going to frown and get upset with your relative unless if it's an uncle you don't like. But other than that, you're going to always be happy and cheerful and put on that smiley face. Just smiling alone will cause your body and your body language to follow suit. A smile tells your client that you're a happy go lucky professional who's likable and agreeable. And we all want to work with people, especially professionals that we like and we agree with. Don't let your words blow your 300-yard drive. If you're a golfer, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You get up on the tee box, you swing easy, you aim down the fairway, you have a beautiful middle of the fairway 300-yard drive. What do? We get excited, we get overworked, and we say we're going to hit the green on the next swing. And then what happens? We swing too hard and we chili dip the ball, and the ball goes 20 feet off to the right. This is no different from the greeting. Don't, if you have good body posture, you wave at the customer, you're smiling. Don't let the words you say blow your 300-yard drive. You started off great with your stance, your body language, you're holding yourself in a confident manner. Be careful with the words that are coming out of your mouth. So, what is your greeting? Is it generic? Well, they hear and experience the same greeting from your competition down the street. I came from the automotive industry, and I think there's some automotive sales professionals watching this stream. You know right off the bat how competitive your marketplace is, and if you don't win that customer over in the first 3 to 5 seconds, they're going to ask you for your card, and they're going to go right next door, and they're going to find somebody who is engaging with them. Yeah. So make sure your greeting is completely different from what they're going to hear down the road. Remember, customers, clients, people are human beings. We're all human beings. Every single one of us feels and picks up on emotions. We all have five senses, right? Vision, smell, taste, touch, hear, um, feel, whatever it is. They're going to pick up on what they can sense. So if they're getting out of their car, walking into the showroom, they're going to pick up with visual cues on your body language and if you're engaging with them. And right off, there's a lot of people they'll pick that up right off the bat. If they don't feel you're engaging, they'll beeline around you, go in the side door, and try to find somebody who is engaging. Because we all want to be talked to like we're talking to our best friend or our relative, a family member, or someone that seems to care for others' well-being. Vocal tone and body language of aggression or disinterest will blow your deal immediately. Grant Cardone says not one thing will ever blow your car deal. I disagree with that. Aggression will blow your car deal faster than anything. If you've ever had a customer, and sometimes we get that rare customer who asks to speak to somebody else. I've had that happen a handful of times. And so with that, you just got to remember, if you know you're doing the right thing, you know you're following the process, and you know you're happy and happy-go-lucky and upbeat, and you're carrying on, and then they ask for another sales associate, well, that's a problem they have with themselves. But you deep down know if you formed some aggression going into that conversation. And it could have been as easy as the last customer you engaged with. If you had a less than fruitful exchange or conversation with the last customer you got to quickly change your mindset and switch it over to the new person. Wipe that whiteboard clean. And remember, you're going into it fresh and new. How may I help you? What can I do for you? Help you find anybody? Got any questions? Need help? These are all generic greetings that they're going to get anywhere they go to. And quite honestly, it makes customer service in stores today in the retail organizations. It seems like customer service has gone the way of the dinosaur. It's because we're not being spoken to in a professional manner. We're going in there to spend money. We're going there to empty our wallets and exchange something for our hard-earned money for something that we need in most cases. And if you're going back to the automotive sales, but just because that's the industry I came from, if you know that, there's a lot of customers that are in need of transportation and they can't go back to the mechanic, right? Their car is falling apart. It's on their last legs. They need help. So why not make it easy and enjoyable for your customers? Because if you help them and you help them right and you help them with a loving, caring manner that you're really trying to solve their needs, they're always going to come back to you. And those customers will end up being customers for life. They'll end up referring their friends and family to you. And before you know it, you have a whole network of people just from helping one person the right way. So make sure that your greeting is unique. And the dealership I worked at, it was mandatory that we ask the customer, not how may I help you, but what information can I get you today? And that right off the bat is different. And so when you're doing that, when you ask them, when you smile with your shoulders back and your chin up and a friendly wave, hi, how are you? Say hello, introduce yourself while smiling and ask what their name is. When they repeat their name back to you, what do most people say? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Why not say, it's a pleasure to meet you? Look, shake their hand, look them in their eye and say, it's a pleasure to meet you. Why? Because they're not going to get that anywhere else. And it's genuine. They can feel that. You're holding their hand in your hand and you're looking them in your eyes and you're telling them, it's a pleasure to meet you today. If it's a husband and wife or a boyfriend and girlfriend, greet the woman first. It's just common courtesy. Say hello, greet the woman. And remember, in some cultures, they don't shake hands. So don't be, and we'll get to that in a minute, but if greeting a family, greet and introduce yourself to the parents first, wife, then husband, then the children. Some parents are highly sensitive to any stranger talking to their children, even salespeople. We want to think people trust us right from the beginning, but the fact of the matter is those people have had bad experiences somewhere else, and they trust us less than they're going to trust most other people. Your actions and your words build trust. Trust that you're a decent person, not a creep. Your trust needs to be gained, okay? And so make sure you greet the parents first, wife first, then the husband, and then make sure the parents understand that you're a decent person, and then greet the children. Shake hands if the client culture allows. Not every culture, as I hit on just briefly, allows shaking hands. Make sure that you're shaking hands with the right people. And some cultures, the man shakes the hand and the woman doesn't. And the woman's not allowed, you're not allowed to even touch the woman on the shoulder or the elbow. Okay. It's common courtesy. Some cultures, a woman is not allowed to shake hands. And don't take it personal. If your client doesn't shake hands, just smile. Put your hands down and continue the conversation. Don't make a big deal of it. Match your hand grip strength up to a point. So if you're with a man, and men have a lot of what's that word? Machoism, machizo in them. And we want to be the alpha dog in most cases. But if you're in professional sales, you want, or you're thinking about getting into sales, or even if you're just carrying on in business and you're greeting sales professionals or the professionals you have to work with, your tax accountant, your doctor, your attorney, if you're greeting those people, match their hand strength up to a point. If they want to play Superman or He-Man and have a wrestling competition with you, an arm wrestling competition with you, don't play into it. But when they're done shaking their hand, make it a point and tell them, boy, you got a really powerful handshaker. Let the power handshakers win. However, comment on what remarkable hand strength they have, because they're going to be proud of that. They walked into it to prove a point, and so you elevate that point, magnify that point. They want it to be known. Okay, now, with your shaking hands with a woman, have a looser and softer grip than you would shaking hands with a man, unless their grip dictates otherwise. Some women, they're power driven, and they have very powerful handshakes. But if you can feel their knuckles moving in your hand, you know you're squeezing too hard. And so that's all I say about the handshake. By properly greeting your customers and greeting them more professionally, you'll set yourself apart from your competition, and your client will be certain they're working with a professional and not just an average clerk who's there to run the cash register. A proper greeting is the foundation to build a solid relationship. Not only will it allow you to make a sale and solve your customers' needs, they'll want their friends and family to work with you also. And that's where the network comes in. That's where the referrals come in. But it all starts with the customer you're in front of right now. And so, again, if anybody's got any comments, thank you, Love and Data. I really appreciate that. Worked for Chevrolet for 6 months, and I think that's awesome. William, are you still here? And anybody else want to jump in on the chat and say anything? If anybody wants to plug their business or their YouTube channel or their Instagram or their Facebook, whatever they got going on, if you got a picture of a business card and you want to throw a link up there, feel free to do it. And so think about this going into this week coming up in sales and selling. And if you're engaging with customers, think about this little slideshow and think about the greeting, because the greeting, if you can nail the greeting right off the bat, remember, in the first 5 seconds, be different, be unique, be upbeat, be positive, and be cheerful. And if you can nail that, then you'll be well onto your way to making the sale. I hope everybody found this live stream useful. If anybody's got any questions, feel free to throw that up there. And I just want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you to everybody. I really appreciate you being here today. And I'm going to be doing the steps to the sale. There's 7 steps. So there's going to be a 7-part series, live stream series, and we'll set it every Monday at 3 p.m. And until next week, keep your eye out for any upcoming videos. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you hadn't. William says he worked for Toyota for 5 years and wish he had this info earlier. Thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, love all of y'all. Love and Data. Thank you, Cynthia. I really appreciate you for being here and joining me on this. And until next week. Oh, if you are looking to get into sales, go to my website, thehardknockstate.com, and you can get a free 15-minute coaching consultation Zoom call, private one-on-one, to see if coaching is right for you. If you're in sales and you're struggling trying to get to the next level, or you're in a current career and it's not doing you justice any longer, reach out to me. I'm happy to talk to you, and just talking to somebody can help. If you go to my website, thehardknockstate.com, and enter and subscribe, you can get my weekly coaching newsletter. You get a free coaching video, and then you also get access to a free private Zoom one-on-one coaching discovery call. Thank you again, everybody. I really love you all. And until next week, we'll see you soon.